All right, my loves, good morning. Happy Wednesday, new moon, solar eclipse. How are you all feeling? I am going to relay some things in this video that might help you wrap up some of your own things, connect some dots, bring some aha moments to you, like all of those things. And so, coffee talk a little bit later this morning. But here we are. And thank you so much for being here. So, a couple of things that have repeatedly happened that I want to stress so much is number one, like before these huge energetic shifts and in the middle of them, we are purging out so much. So, I had so many fragments, like memory fragments, come out, resentment that I'm holding on to against other people for good reason, my loves. I have very good reason to hold resentment, except for we know that resentment only blocks us. It only hurts us. And so when those fragments come up and that memory comes up, like, yes, learn from it, take the lessons, all of that, and give it to God. Like, get that resentment out of your field. So allow it to come up and out. Allow it to purge out. Yes, you are supposed to be angry at the injustices that you have experienced here. Yes, you are supposed to use your voice. Yes, you are supposed to be freaking mad about the abuse, the trauma, the shit that was handed down to you that was never yours. Yes, you should be very pissed off about that. But what you cannot do is let that eat you alive. Let that ruin your life. Let that keep you in bed all day. Let that be held in so that you're not out there allowing, I don't even want to say chasing. You don't have to chase shit anymore, my friends, but allowing your wildest dreams to come in. Whatever that is for you now might be completely different from what you were striving for a year and a half ago. Okay. But you get to live the most beautiful life in the Mediterranean with your lover, swimming in turquoise sea waters, eating fruit all day, drinking coffee, drinking tea, and doing your creative work. If that is your dream. Do you understand? And I want you to know that. I want you to embody it as all this anger and pissed offness is also leaving your body, is also leaving your field. Okay. At the same time, I want you to acknowledge all the times you said, fuck it, I'm done here, and self-sabotaged because you were just done with life. You were just done with the world. You wanted the whole pan of brownies and the ice cream too. So you had it, and then you felt like shit for 2 days. Okay, can we acknowledge our role here? Because God knows we have a whole lot of people in our lives that will never acknowledge the hurt and the harm and their role in what has happened here. So my God, if we're going to do this thing called responsibility, called consciousness, called walking the path, we better own the ways that we have kicked our own ass, stood in our own way, and self-sabotage. Got it? Because that's the only way that we can move forward. Okay? And so, my loves, if you, over the last week, 3 days, 5 days, have been experiencing that, and then also were the support for other people, as I was, okay, also said yes when you should have said no to at least one thing, if not multiple things, okay, also asked for what you need and were met with silence, okay, can we acknowledge all of that and learn from it and respond accordingly moving forward? Because you deserve to get every single one of your needs met, whether that is from yourself or from outside sources. And as women, we have been silenced and we have been freaking neglected and not allowed. There's parts of our lives that some of us, we've just let die because we've gone without it for so long that we're just like, okay, whatever. I guess I don't deserve that. I guess I don't, whatever that thing is. Okay. And part of it is that you're just not willing to settle, thank God. And when you do settle, you pay for it energetically. You pay for it spiritually. You pay for it, with your energy because it exhausts you. Okay. And I want you to look at the times that other people benefited from you going along with what they wanted. And I'm going to say it right now, selfish men who wanted your time, wanted your energy, but actually were just fulfilling their own needs. And you walked away drained. You walked away having none of your needs met. Okay. It can be as simple as coffee date, my friends, right? And so these are the power dynamics that are being rewired and have to be rewired. Okay. Don't beat yourself up. Sometimes it takes a while to learn these, but let them fall away. Okay. If you are not getting what you need in any relationship, let it fall away. That does not belong in your life. And yes, it's a two-way street. But if I know like 95% of you are giving way more than what you are getting. Got it? Okay. And so, voicing all of this, today is about reflecting on that. Today is about pulling all of your energy and all of your soul fragments back home. Okay. Rebuilding your energy. Letting go of just like the BS that's in your field is what I'm going to say. Okay. Getting super clear, because here's the deal. It's like our energy is fragmented. It's scattered, right? So we have to get super clear on where we want, what we desire, what we're going to put our energy into, and then freaking open up to receive, my loves. Open up to receive, which means open heart, open energy field, discernment, boundaries, but freaking open up to receive. Okay. I am like super sick of women, and myself included, who are not getting what they truly need in this life in order to propel their work, in order to propel them forward in leadership and what they're here to do and all of those things. Okay. And again, acknowledging how we've stood in our own way, but also acknowledging the people, the forces, everything that came in to sabotage us when we were in the middle of a huge glow up and a huge transformation in our life. Okay. Let me say that again. When people see you up leveling, scaling, glowing, all of that stuff, like they're going to come in and want to attach to it. They're going to come in and want to go where you're going without ever having done the work themselves. It has happened to me time and time and time again. And in this last glow up in January, I had energy and forces come in that were so strong that derailed me almost daily. Okay. I'm going to say that again. That derailed me almost daily. And I was showing myself on social media every day so people could see that something was shifting, the glow up was happening, the up level was happening. Okay. And people get very jealous, my friends. People get very on edge that they're not going to be able to reach you if you get to a certain level or if you go beyond where they're at or whatever that thing is. Okay. You have to protect the shit out of it. Like, I have resentment and pissed offness about what happened because I wasn't able to allow a full transformation. And so not only did I not complete it, I got like 75% and then backtracked somewhat. Okay, was pulled back because my focus, my energy was being pulled towards something else that I believe was not sent from God. Okay. And there might be more truth revealed around all of this. But what I will tell you is on the other side of that, whole thing happening. The next evening, I'm sitting in a pool with an older couple, and I look up and there's a rainbow. Okay. And I have seen 3 rainbows in the last week. Super organic, was nudged out on a walk and then just the other morning in order to see them. And it was God's way of saying, number 1, I got you. Number 2, you did the right thing. Okay. By staying right where you're at right now. Number 3, this is my hope and my promise to you. Okay. Continue to do the work. Continue to show up. Continue to bring healing to my world. He's saying that, like, to this world. Continue doing what you're doing right here in the community you're in, right here in the place that you're in. And so it was his way, even through all my questioning and doubting if I had done the right thing and fear and emotions and all of that. It was his way that night in the pool of saying, I got you. And the rainbow is here for you now. Does that make sense? Okay. Because before, when I was caught in darkness, other people that were kind of significant parts of my life at times, when I was in darkness, they were posting rainbows because they were in the light, my friends. Does that make sense? Okay. And so I'm like super grateful that now I'm the one receiving the rainbows in this energetic sphere and field that I am currently in, that we are currently in. Okay. Real quick, I want to say about rainbows, this is a powerful story, is that I was in a class with one of my mentors, Dr. Roger Teal, in Lakewood, Colorado. And he taught a really powerful class. Love that man. Okay. I was in his class. We all stepped outside one night after a powerful, like, first half of the class, and going over the sanctuary, which is now the Dr. Teal Sanctuary at Mile High Church in Lakewood, Colorado, was a double rainbow. Okay. God's way of saying, you are doing such great work here. Okay. There was like maybe 100 people in that class. We all stepped outside, double rainbow right there. Other quick rainbow story. I held a retreat in Sedona with like 10 women. There was like 10 of us. And after the first group session, like healing circle that we did inside, we all stepped outside to, I think, take a picture. And right outside was a huge rainbow, like just behind the house that we were all staying in. Okay. Again, God saying, great work here. You're doing healing work, all the things. Okay. And so, my loves, it's just a reminder that whether you're shifting something within your own being, which means you're shedding the resentment and the pissed offness so that you can be in the energy of unconditional love and use your voice and your energy and your wisdom accordingly. Okay. Or you're doing healing work with others in any capacity, or you're a part of a class, a group, a thing that is contributing healing to this world, you are going to see the rainbows. Okay. And so that gives me more, I feel, than like having $1 million in my bank account ever could. Okay. And there's this whole thing around money too, that we probably need to address and work with. Okay. Especially if you've been someone who has struggled with money your whole entire life and you've poured a lot of good into this world. And then as I say that, I'm like, and reaped a whole lot of karma because some of your shit wasn't good, as we know. Okay. And if anyone wants to tell you your shit that wasn't good and hold it against them, you can just point their fingers right back at them because they have the same shit that they're trying to hide. It might be different shit, but yeah, it's an interesting world, what humans try to do here to other humans. And all that being said, I'm going to wrap this back up. There's a freaking bug right here. I'm going to wrap this back up to saying dynamics are changing, my loves. They have to. Power dynamics. Oh my God, I've been thinking so much about power right now. So much. And you can't fake true inner power. End of story. Can't fake it. Okay. And with great power comes great responsibility. And I think many of us have gotten that wrong at times and not stood up or said yes or had the bravery and courage to say, I know what's being asked of me. I say yes, I'll show up, I'll do the best I can, all of that. We're like, sometimes didn't step up, okay? But, and that being said, you will keep being called, okay? Like the call doesn't go away to do what you're meant to do here. Got it? To step into your destiny, to step into what is meant for you, what is here for you, all of those things. But we have to let the old fall away. I cling on to my friends, especially when it's around finances and work and money. And when you own your own business and the money all goes away, it's a very, very scary place to be. Okay? Which is why people have run back to 8 to 5s. I don't blame you at all. Which is why people do many different things and many different jobs and all of it. Okay? But I want you to know and lean into the fact that dynamics are changing. They have to change. Okay? And to lean into allowing that. The old dynamic was not serving you. It might have been serving them, might have been serving someone else, but it was not serving you. So that has to shift. That has to change. And as I say this, I just felt someone's energy like a woman going, but I don't know how. Okay. Reach out to me if that is you. I do one-on-one work and work, first of all, energetically with power dynamics, and then getting you back in your power, not to power over someone else, not to be in egoic power, which is what most people are in, not to be in fake power, which means you talk a good word, but your energy when you're in someone's presence doesn't have power. Okay. It's like the inner power that you need so that when you walk in a room, it just is. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to do anything. You're actually embodying and embracing your full power from within, and things shift and unfold according to that, my loves. Okay. So if you are that woman, because I just felt an energy come through here, then please do reach out to me and we will jump into a one-on-one session. I'll give you the link. You can schedule that, and just know that probably the most impactful, powerful thing you can do is being in and embodying your own innate power at this time. It is so needed here, my loves. Okay. So what else do we have? Oh my goodness. What I will tell you, little personal note, is that I feel way better cleansing, which just means some lemon water, some teas, a little bit of coffee. Got to find some better coffee right now. Some good organic beans, probably locally. But all that being said, my loves, I feel so much better there than I do eating food that isn't good, that doesn't agree with me, eating sugar. And as much as I enjoy it in the moment, like I had ice cream the other night, way too much ice cream, it takes its toll. And I thought about this thing that Jelly Roll said. I saw him in one of the interviews, and he goes, he has to stay on his very strict like nutrition regimen, cleansing, whatever he does, because people always go, oh, eat the cake. It's Sunday. It can be your cheat day. Let it be a cheat day. And he goes, if I have a cheat day And he had a cheat day then, and he went on a 7-day binge. He goes, mine isn't just eat the cake. It activates the addiction signals, I want to say hormones in his body. And he was then on day 7 of a huge, like a binge, right? And I'm like, God, I can so relate to that, because if I eat the cake, more than likely, I'm like on a 2-day sugar thing, where then it's all the iced coffees that I would never put in my system, that I would never, like I might do an iced coffee with straight cream, but I would never do a sugary iced thing, like ever. Okay. But if I do the ice cream, then I'm going to do the sugary iced coffee. And then I'm going to do the lunch that is like fried food that I would never eat. And then I'm like, you know what I mean? And so my thing literally that I've had to see over the last like couple weeks, because I was really cleansing out in July, really thin, felt so good. Like my body was shedding all the stuff. And I had just, I'll say, a slip back, right? And so now I'm going, okay, where do you feel and look better? I feel way better when I'm sweating it all out and cleansing out. Okay. And so a reminder that our body needs so much less food than we think it does, my loves. And that is part of the ascension process, part of the journey of your soul, is shedding all that egoic stuff away, like the addictions, like some of that stuff. Okay. And knowing that, yeah, maybe you can have a bite of a cheesecake, or maybe you can have this thing, or maybe you can't. Maybe it leads you into a spiral that you don't even want to be in. Okay. You have to decide that for yourself. But just a little side note there that maybe some of you can also relate to. Okay. All right, my love. So reach out to me for one-on-one work. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what resonated in this video for you. Take really good care of yourself. Rest, receive, create, no forcing under this energy, under this portal, under this eclipse. Simply allow, and allow what is meant to fall away to fall away. Much love, many blessings. Thank you all so much for being here. I will see you soon and would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to this page, if you are liking this content.